There we go. Now I'm recording. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to our first Facebook Live training of 2022. So whether you're ready or not, 2022 is here, and we are right around the corner from yet another holiday season. So if it feels like you just barely recovered from Thanksgiving and Christmas, well, Valentine's Day is right on your heels. So I asked a question in our Facebook group earlier this week. What are some topics that are interesting to you this year? And what are your goals for your bakery? And the overwhelming majority of you said that you are looking for tips to update your menu for the new season. And why not? You know, we've just finished with Christmas, and it feels like we need sort of a fresh new start. That's kind of that general sentiment, that way that we're feeling, and come January 1st. And so today's Hot Topic Live is going to be all about sprucing up your menu with some new items. So whether you have Valentine's Day in mind, or you're just feeling like you need to make some room on your menu and take off some of those items that you were selling through Thanksgiving and Christmas, this is a training that's going to help you get new ideas for your menu. So I'm glad you're here. I hope you have a pen and a piece of paper and you're ready to take some notes, because I'm going to hit you up with a ton of good ideas. So over in the Facebook group, I see that Kathy's here and Natalie's here. Hello to both of you guys. I'm so glad you're here. I realize that everybody's got a busy day, and it's not always easy to make these lives. So Lacey's here. Yay! Thank you guys for joining. And Casey's here. Happy New Year to you too. And Laura's here. Hi, you guys. This is awesome. I hope that you are all feeling this sort of ready for a new, fresh start type of feeling. I always feel like this. Even before January, but what better way than to make some new goals for your business and sort of prioritize the results that you're hoping to get this year? What better way than by attending these Facebook Live trainings? So all that being said, oh, Trish is here. Hey, you guys. So nice to see you all in the group. So, all right. So you guys know how this works. These are interactive trainings. I try to check in with you over in the comment section as I'm talking through these different, training topics. And so if you have a question, you don't have to wait till the end, drop it in as we go, and I'll try to catch it. If I don't get it right away, I'll circle back to you. So let's see. I would love to hear from you. Roz is here. Awesome. You're feeling ready. I'd love to hear from you. What is one goal you have for your business in 2022? Whether you're just getting started, maybe you sold products in November, December for the first time this year. And you're thinking like, yeah, I've got some big goals for 2022. Let me know in the comments. Stephanie's here. Awesome. I'm glad you made it. Let me know in the comments, one goal for your business this year. And while you guys are doing that, I want to welcome any new members to the group. I always try to get caught up on admitting new members, and I admitted several right before we started. So if any of our new members are watching our Facebook Live, these happen every Monday at 4:00 Central Time. So the topics vary, but they're always related to selling more products in your home baking business. So you're in the right place if that's what you want to do. So let's see what some of your goals are. Oh, Brianna wants to open a storefront. Ooh, good for you. That's fun. I love opening storefronts. There's a lot that goes into it that's different than starting your home bakery. So definitely a cool goal for you. Lacey, you finally opened, so you want to actually get some customers. Very good. Kathy wants to join the Chamber of Commerce to broaden your client base. That's so great. Laura also wants to get your client base growing. These are good, you guys. Keep dropping them in there. If you're joining right now, you're listing one goal for your business in 2022. So, all All right, we have a big topic today and a lot of cool new products to share with you. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, I do want to let you know that I actually have a blog post on the whole breakdown of planning a bakery menu. So today we're going to be specifically talking about like sprucing up your menu, adding new items. Maybe you want to add some specials heading into Valentine's Day. You might grab some new ideas here today. But if you actually want to just write a menu and you've never had an official menu, then you might want to check out my blog post on that. So I'm going to drop that right there in the chat. In fact, I'll drop it a couple times so you can find it. All right, so there it is, a step-by-step guide for writing your bakery menu. So cool. I want to go back and read all of your goals. They sound awesome, but let's just keep going with our training so we can get through it, because I got a ton of stuff to share with you guys. So first of all, let's talk about updating your menu for the season. Now, what you might be thinking is, yeah, I want to scratch everything and just get a whole bunch of new stuff on my menu. But I actually want to encourage you to look at what you already are selling and start there. So start by taking stock of what you already have on your menu and think about ways that you can adapt what you currently offer for the season just by making a few changes. So first, you can take a look. You can change the look of your product. So you may have a cupcake on your menu that you can you want to continue to do cupcakes for Valentine's Day. Maybe at Christmas, you had some really, pretty festive, frosty looking white and blue cupcakes, right? With snowflakes on them or something like that. Could you take that same recipe, the same cake recipe, the same frosting recipe, and just change the buttercream color to pink and change the sprinkles color to silver and red and change the decorations? Instead of a snowflake, it's got candy hearts, so that it's now a Valentine's Day cupcake. You don't have to cost out a new recipe. You don't have to test anything new. You've just taken something that you already had and given it a different look for the season. So start with what you have and think about changing the look of it. Another place to start by looking at your menu is by changing the flavor of something that's on your menu. So maybe this is swapping out an ingredient. Maybe you've got a scone that's a blueberry lemon scone and you want to make it a cinnamon chocolate chip scone for, heading into Valentine's Day is my example today, but it doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. So change the flavor of something that you have on your menu just by changing out a spice or an ingredient and adding something that's a little more seasonal. Okay, so that's tip number 2 for your existing menu. Tip number 3 for your existing menu is to think about changing your packaging. Don't underestimate how much your packaging can do for your sales. So think about taking something that's already on your menu, let's say chocolate chip cookies, and putting them into sort of a seasonal looking box, container, plate, bag, anything like that, that has more of a seasonal look to it. So same item, different look. And now you've got, potentially 3 new things on your menu that haven't actually changed, but are perfect for a Valentine's Day sale. Okay, curious what you guys think about that. Has that given you any ideas for something that you can pull off your menu and just give a little facelift to? So let me know in the comments if you've got a good idea there. One of the things I always like to use a chocolate chip cookie as an example. So if you already have a chocolate chip cookie on your menu, you can change the look of it by making it a heart-shaped cookie. You can change the flavor of it by swapping out the chocolate and doing a cinnamon chip. And I would throw like some candied red hots in there. So a cinnamon red hot chocolate chip cookie. You could change the packaging of it by making them minis and putting them in a cute mason jar kind of thing and putting a red and black bow on it. right? I mean, you guys, I don't know if you know this, but Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday, even more than Christmas. So it always has so much potential to make changes to your menu with. And, all kinds of ways you can go. You can go romantic, you can go kid friendly, you can go giftable. All right, Gretchen says, I've been considering putting a small gift basket option together for Valentine's Day. Some of my classics in Valentine's Day packaging. Yeah, you nailed it with that one, Gretchen. I actually have that on my list. It's number 2. So I'm going to talk about that one in just a second. And Angelina said, I'm a little bit late, but I'm glad you got here. I know you had mentioned that you wanted to attend, so I'm glad you're here. We have dropped our goal for the year for your business in the comments. So if you want to do that and get caught up, you absolutely can. And we are just getting started with a list of, I have 20 trending baked goods that you can sell right now. So Kathy, you like that idea. Awesome. About putting a small gift basket together. All right, so let's get started. 20 trending ideas. You guys, I found these by scrolling Facebook and looking at what you are doing, what other bakers are doing, and pulling out things that I've either heard directly from bakers that is still selling well, or things that are trending, looking at hashtags on Instagram. So this is just my list of 20 items. Any of these could make an awesome addition to your current menu. So they are in no particular order. Let's start with number 1, mini Bundt cakes. Mini Bundt cakes are trending right now. I don't know if any of you guys are currently doing mini Bundt cakes, but they're a great way to add a lot of different flavor varieties into a little mini sized treat. And mini is the way to go in a lot of different ways, either in farmers markets, vendor events, even on your own menu offerings. People tend to like smaller sampler versions of things as opposed to that whole big cake. That's kind of hard to imagine. What am I going to do with all this cake? But a mini version of it, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat it while I get caught up on my favorite show. All right, so mini Bundt cakes. Number 2 is themed treat boxes. So that's what I was talking about, Gretchen, is these themed treat boxes. You can put any type of theme you want to it. So I know I like to use Valentine's Day as an example, but you can do healthy breakfast treats or breakfast on the go themed boxes. And it could have homemade granola bars, maybe a couple of keto muffins and some power protein balls. Like that could be a theme treat box. Your theme treat box could be Valentine's Day for the family and have a couple of paint your own cookies for the kids, a couple of chocolate truffles to have with maybe a glass of champagne for the grownups, and, some kind of fun popcorn mix just for color. Like you can literally picture how your guests or how your customers are going to eat this, and then build a whole theme box around that. So themed treat boxes can show up on any number of different types of menus, whether you're, a healthy baker, a keto baker, a gluten-free baker, a cake baker. Your treat box can be a sample of every kind of cake you do, where you would definitely want to be using your freezer to help you manage the variety inside that box. Okay, next up is cake cups. Cake cups are layers of cake and frosting inside either a mason jar or a 12, maybe 12 to 16 ounce plastic to-go cup with a lid. You can have a domed lid, you can have a flat lid. It's just layers of cake and frosting. You can even do sort of a fruity filling in there if your state cottage food laws allow it. But cake cups are selling really, really well. And you can give them sort of a visual, colorful look to them, or you can go based on flavor. But cake cups are a great one to add to your menu. Number 4 is a list of things you can add to your bakery menu right now are cookie cakes. And this is when you take your favorite drop cookie recipe and bake it in a whatever size cake pan you want, a 6-inch for a personal, an 8-inch for a family size, even a 12-inch size cake made from cookies. You let it cool, and then you can decorate it. You can pipe a border and write a message if that's your thing. But those cookie cakes are a fun thing to add to your menu right now. All right. If I say something that you like, why don't you go ahead and stick a thumbs up? You don't even have to comment, just go thumbs up if you like it. I'm curious what you guys are thinking of these so far. So if I say something that you're like, I like that one, give me thumbs up. That way I know what you guys think of these things. All right, how about, let's see, we stopped at number 4, cookie cakes. You guys, I almost hate to say this because I know what you're gonna say. Really? Still, yes, still DIY cookie kits. They are still selling. This is the unfrosted cookies, the frosting bags, which take forever to fill, the sprinkle cups. You guys know the routine. They are still selling. Pick a theme, pick a holiday, and make your DIY cookie kits because the kids love them. Love the cookie cakes, says Kathy. You guys got a couple thumbs up. Jill House is here. Hello, Miss Jill. All right, another one. Cake kits are very popular. Kathy says, yes, I love those. Kathy does sort of a decorate your own version of a cake where, correct me if I'm wrong, Kathy, it's already got the vanilla buttercream base coat, and then she gives them pastry bags with color and sprinkles so that kids can decorate cakes for their mom on Mother's Day. It's a fantastic idea, Kathy. I love that. All right. Talking about things that we're probably sick of doing but are still selling, paint your own cookie kits are where you either are ordering the color palette or you have a printer that prints color dots and you're including a little paintbrush in there and a white iced cookie where kids can paint their own. Those I have heard from several bakers are still selling extremely well right now. These are things that are keeping kids busy, you guys. That's why these are selling. They're keeping kids busy during the holidays and giving parents an easy idea for what to give as gifts and activities. So Casey says, I'm going to offer a cupcake kit with frosting and sprinkles, and hopefully they will do well. I think those will do well, especially if you time your sale around when the schools are out in your area. So find out when the kids go on winter break, or, if they have, time them before the weekend, things like that. That's when they really start to sell. Snow days. You could do a flash sale of those on snow days. Those would sell really well too. Let's see, we talked about paint your own cookie kits. The last one on the list of things that we would probably like to see go, but are still selling. Anybody want to guess what I'm about to say? Drop it in the chat. You got it. It's hot cocoa bombs. They are still selling, you guys. Hot chocolate, you can do coffee, you can do tea, you can do instant tea in there. Those are still selling. So if that is something that you're interested in continuing to make money on, there are still customers looking for those. It's still winter too. Those will go away in the summer. So once it's warmer weather, you might not be selling as many of them, but those will definitely be showing up at Valentine's Day. All right, on to something new and interesting. Number 8 is sets with a theme. Sets with a theme are anything that comes as 6, 8, or 12 of something that kind of has a universal style to it. Maybe it's got lettering on top of each one. So cookies that come in a set if you're a sugar cookie artist, cupcakes that come in a set with a theme, dipped strawberries, all decorated with the same theme. Sets with a theme are a fantastic item that you can add to your menu. Valentine's Day obviously would have a beautiful theme there, but that can carry over into Mother's Day and Easter as well. Number 9, stuffed drop cookies. Sounds like you guys are getting some good ideas here. I see lots of thumbs up. Stuffed drop cookies are where you might take 2, cookie dough balls of a sugar cookie, stuff a Reese's peanut butter cup inside of there, and have that deliciously huge stuffed drop cookie. Those are selling really well right now. So let your imagination go wild with what you can stuff those with. But you can't go wrong with Reese's peanut butter cups. Got a few thumbs up on that one. All right. Number 10, tiny cakes, a 4-inch, a 5-inch, or a 6-inch cake. Basically a cake for 1 or 2. Tiny cakes are selling really well right now with all the decorative details. So think about that one for Valentine's Day, especially. A tiny 4-inch cake. How cute are those? And think of all the decorating possibilities that you can do with those. You can even carry those outside of the holidays and just have that be something that you offer if you're a custom cake decorator, a little 4-inch smash cake, but not just for baby's first birthday. It can be something that people can order for the weekends just to have a little treat, that, one night of indulgence, and then it's gone. Lacey says, I'm offering them for Valentine's. I hope that goes well. Oh, cool. I love it. Let us know how that goes. Okay, number 11, chocolate mold breakable hearts. If you are a chocolate artist and you like doing the molded treats, then the chocolate breakable hearts are still selling really well. Those are a mold that you're buying on Amazon or at the candy stores, at the craft stores. You can do any kind of candy melt chocolate in there, and they usually have a treat inside. Some of them are selling with a little hammer. Break it open, some fun little candy surprise confetti type things in there. That one actually pairs really well with the themed sets. So you can add a breakable heart to a set of 6 strawberries or a set of 6 decorated cookies to make it an even more a higher price point item. So if you want to offer one premium expensive box treat for Valentine's Day, think about pairing a couple of these ideas. All right, number 12, how about decorated brownies? So this is when you've cut your brownies and each individual piece either gets a drizzle and then a sprinkle of some colored sprinkles, confetti kind of stuff. These actually are something that I have been selling for a really long time, and they always sell when I load them up with candy pieces on top. So decorated brownies, I've always called them loaded brownies. You could put slices of Snickers bars, drizzle them with caramel and chocolate. Sky's the limit on what you can stick on top of a brownie. And then number 13 is decorated Rice Krispie treats. Same idea, big honkin' Rice Krispie squares, and decorating them with some colored drizzle as well. And it's always nice when you put sort of a seasonal festive confetti sprinkle on top. All right, number 14, I think we're gonna make it through my list in time. I love that you guys are getting new ideas. Bundt cakes and waffles, Teresa says. I almost put waffles on this list. I love that. I'd love to hear a little bit more about how you're selling that if you want to share that in the chat. Okay, let's see. Good ideas here, you guys. I love this one. In fact, I would buy this one if somebody were selling it in my area. Dessert charcuterie boards, you guys. How cool are those? I would absolutely buy a to-go box filled with dessert charcuterie, come home for Valentine's Day, put it on a wooden charcuterie board, add a bottle of sparkling white wine, and call it good. How amazing does that sound? So you really can use your imagination what would go in a dessert charcuterie board kit. But I would imagine that it would have some little bits of chocolate candies and some little mini, French macaron cookies, maybe some tiny sampler, mini cupcakes, whatever your specialty is. I would do it in a mini size and add that to a dessert charcuterie board. Decorated brownies sound great. Thank you for the ideas. You're welcome. In fact, I will try to share a few of the pictures of these items as well in our Facebook group. So if you are a baker who sells any of these things currently, I would love it if you would come back and drop in some pictures of these items so people can kind of get a visual here. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Dessert charcuterie boards were number 14. Number 15, dipped pretzels. Anything dipped, but especially dipped pretzels. You can do dipped pretzels with a theme. You can dip them and then add little bits of flavor to it. So you can have crushed candy pieces, crushed nuts, colored sprinkles after you're dipping them. So you can really load them down the way that they do those gourmet apples. If you've ever seen those at the mall or whatever, where they're really loading on all the extra flavors, you can do those to pretzels too. So think about all the different flavor varieties you can add to a pretzel. All right, number 16, mini sugar cookies in fancy theme packaging. So the packaging is what sells these tiny little cookies. And if you are a Dollar Tree lover like I am, you can get out there before the season gets too close and pick up some really great packaging for your mini sugar cookies, for any of those themed kits. By buying things from Dollar Tree. You can sometimes get them from Oriental Trading Company. Obviously, you can get them from Amazon, but you can create an entire menu item based around putting small cookies inside of this container. So keep your eye out the next time you're looking at the Valentine's aisle, because those Valentine's things are already in the store, but they're not going to have the best selection for very long. So you really want to just decide, I'm going to try to sell, 20 of them and buy all your packaging now. All right, number 17, dipped and decorated Oreo cookies. Along the lines of the breakable heart molds, if you are a chocolatier, you can buy the Oreo molds where you're just pressing your Oreo into the chocolate mold, but you're giving it sort of a cool themed drizzle decoration afterwards, and maybe even pairing it. It could be in your treat box, or it could be with your decorated brownies. Like you decide where they look good, but those are selling really well right now. Okay, we're almost done. 18. I love this one. This would also be a great one for the dessert charcuterie board, and that is a gourmet chocolate bark. Gourmet chocolate bark is where you're melting whatever quality of chocolate you want to use. High-end chocolate, candy melts, almond bark, it's totally up to you. You're melting that, maybe you're stirring something into it, and then you're sprinkling colorful, delicious stuff on top. So like I would, for on the healthier side, maybe go with a bittersweet chocolate and some pumpkin seeds, dried cranberries, some chia seeds, like a healthy nut and seed bark. You can do anything mixed into it. So at Christmas time, I did a vanilla bark with Rice Krispie treats mixed in and crushed candy cane pieces on top. Whatever you want to mix into your chocolate on a slab and then breaking them into bark is a great addition to any of these theme boxes that we've been talking about. Number 19 is flavored popcorn. It's a great low cost, high profit way to beef up your menu. Think about all the different ways you can flavor popcorn in the same way that you're adding, sort of a caramel corn type of caramel sauce to your popcorn to make caramel corn. You can be adding all types of flavors, anything from white chocolate Oreo to, cheddar cheese, if it's legal in your state. All different kinds of flavored popcorns can go on your menu. All right, got a thumbs up for that one. That's fun. And number 20, let's not forget our friends who are watching their calories this time of year and get some keto treats on your menu. I like the idea of adding keto treats because you're not necessarily dealing with an allergen here. So whereas I always like to have treats for gluten-free people, vegan people, I always also caution to, proceed at your own risk when you're making claims about having allergens or no allergens in your food. But keto is generally for a segment of the population that's more watching their macros and their ingredients in their treats, but still wanting a treat. So you can add a keto treat to your menu and not have to worry too much about those cross contaminants like you would with your gluten-free type of treats. All right, you guys, what did you think? There's 20 different ideas. I hope that every single person watching came up with at least one good idea to add to your new seasonal menu, and breathe a little bit of life into it. Give it a new twist. Start to promote your Valentine's Day specials and get some great ideas here. Natalie says, good ideas. Kathy says, so helpful. Thanks. Yay. Thanks for the heart, Jill. One right back at you. All right, you guys. So thank you for showing up today. Love these ideas, Casey. Awesome. I'm so glad you guys got some use out of these. I just want to say that I'm so honored to have you all in this group, to have you showing up each week and to participate. It's what makes it all worthwhile. You know, this group exists for you. So participating in the group helps me to know what you want and how I can show up and help you grow your business better. So a couple of housekeeping things I just want to mention before we wrap it up today. If you're new here and this was your first Baker's Break Room, just drop a hashtag newbie in the comments. That's going to help me find you, reach out to you, and make sure you're finding all of the great resources that the group has to offer. If you're not a newbie and you're here, like I recognize almost all of your names, I love it so much that you show up week after week. And I would love it even more if you spread the word about how much value you get out of this group with other home bakers that you know, so that I can invite them into this group and then they can get the same benefits that you're getting here. So all you have to do is tag me, Allison Grant, wherever you feel appropriate. And I'll make sure that whoever is finding my name gets directed over to this group so that we can grow our reach and help more bakers to kind of tackle all the business elements of growing our bakeries in a nice supportive community. So lots of newbies. Yay. Trish is here as a newbie. Roz is here as a newbie. I love it. I'm so glad that you guys are all here. And one other little housekeeping note here is that our Baker's Break Room is an event that I do on an almost monthly basis, except when the holidays pop up and throw things out of whack on my calendar. But our next Baker's Break Room event is January 25th. So you might want to mark your calendar for that. At Baker's Break Room, if you haven't done one yet, it's similar to these trainings, except that we are all on a Zoom call so that we can unmute ourselves, talk, socialize, get to know each other a little bit, and do like a couple of fun activities, usually involving pricing, because that's a topic that everybody loves. So if you'd like to get an invitation to the next Baker's Break Room event on January 25th, you could just drop a hashtag I'm in the comments, and I'll make sure that when I have the RSVP for the Baker's Break Room, I will go back and make sure that you get your invite. All right, so that's the conclusion of our first live of the year. Natalie says I'm in. Awesome. Stephanie says I'm in. I just want to let you guys know that you can always book a free 15-minute call to chat with me. If you're looking for some help with your baking business, I'd love to talk with you about how I can help you. So I just dropped in the chat the link to book a call and get on my calendar. I've chatted with several of you in calls and I hope you found it valuable. I'd love to meet you if I haven't already. You can jump on my calendar, grab 15 minutes, and we'll talk about your baking business. Okay, you guys, that wraps it up for this week's Hot Topics Live. I can't wait to hear how these tips have helped you in your baking business and see some of the pictures from your desserts as you add these things to your menu. So thanks for showing up, and I will see you guys in the next live training. Have a great evening, everyone.